You guys said that you don't mind the boring vlogs, so I've decided I'm just going to keep filming things and telling myself this is what people are after. They want boring, babe. They want to see your lunch. Lunch is served. I think lunch is such a ball ache. I don't think lunch is that enjoyable. It's not something sweet, which I like, which is why I like my breakfast, but it's not like a big hearty meal like dinner. Today's lunch, I'm trying to eat more protein just because I'm veggie and I don't imagine I get that much in. And I go to the gym quite a lot and I just keep seeing people saying, babe, that's what you got to do, so I'm doing it. Okay, I'm a sheep, all right? There's no other reason. I get these from Lidl, these high protein part baked rolls. I also want to get into taking like some protein powder. Like I thought I could make some like snacks or like desserty snacks with protein in. I think protein makes me so gassy, so I can't be asked to feel that way. Also, I think so many of them taste like shit. I'm yet to find one that doesn't. I've seen people say that Form Nutrition one's good, so I need to try that, but it's like £30 and unless I'm spending £30 on a top, I'm not really interested. I don't know why. £30 on that just feels like way too much. I can't justify it. £30 on a Sims expansion pack, I'm like, bargain. £30 on something that might actually help me. No. Anyway, then we have some multicoloured tomatoes. Tomatoes are one of those things that for years I was like, I hate that. And then I actually tried one and it was okay. I found if you're a fussy eater like me, sometimes it's like the mood that you try the food in. Like olives, I've always been like, no, I don't like those. And then one day I was on a holiday with all my friends. We were in this little like courtyard in the sun. We'd all just been to the beach. We were all having a beer. And someone was like, Holly, do you want to try an olive? I was like, okay. Loved it. And then I've eaten it ever since. So I think it's about the vibe. I don't know how helpful that is. I don't know if maybe you're going to have to like travel to Spain to try a tomato, but that's just something I found. If you're fussy, you're going to be having a good time. Maybe just play like Mambo number 5 while you're eating, I don't know, carrot, if that's the thing that you're not into. Right, tomatoes are cut up. Then I've got this. I think I might be going a bit hard on the protein. This is Lidl's new Meadow Fresh high protein paprika hummus. It's got some kind of bean protein in it. So I'm going to try that. The texture of it is a bit like a chocolate mousse, which is throwing me off slightly, but with all of these things, sometimes you just need to not really think about it and just do it. I probably don't even put enough on that it would make any difference with the protein. Then with a bit of pesto. Do these flavours go? I kind of doubt it. Is it happening anyway? Yes. Now, while I eat my lunch, I watch some kind of Sims video. I find it so therapeutic. I find like during the day, so I have a lot of like different kinds of socialising that happens. So like work, I have a WhatsApp chat with my management, which we kind of like talking all day, discussing like things I need to do, or like, do you want this, or do you want to do this deal, or like, how do you feel about this? There's a lot of toing and froing. There's also a lot of emails. So like, I email brands quite a lot, being like, oh, I'd love to work with you. Here's an idea that I can do. So you've kind of got that chat going on as well. I've also obviously got like DMs from people, and I didn't even ever really think about this, but like as a creator, you're talking to a lot of people every day, as much as it's because you feel like you're not socialising because you're just like sat at home. But say I get like 100 people DMing me a day, like that's quite a lot of different people that you're chatting about, and you're like thinking about what you're saying. And I'm always so conscious of like the way that I text is quite blunt, but then I'm like, oh, I don't want someone to have messaged me and then be like, oh, she's a bit of a cow. So then I'm really like, okay, I really need to make this message nice. And then I overthink it, and then I'm like, oh, why have you put so much time and effort in that? You didn't need to do that, babe. So I sometimes find by lunchtime I'm kind of a bit like talked out, so I don't even really want to watch a YouTube video, because sometimes I'm like the pressure of having to like follow this person's day. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like we're in a conversation and I can't be asked right now. But when you watch someone just like designing a house on Sims, I'm like, this is good, because they're busy getting on with something, so they don't want to talk to me, I don't have to talk to them, and I can just watch them get on with it. I wonder if anyone else was like that. I also just love watching adults have like hobbies, like still doing the things that they enjoyed when they were like 13, because I'm like that with Sims. I'm like, oh, this is quite crucial. So on my tomatoes, I put salt, pepper, garlic granules. I got introduced this in like 2020, never looked back. Add this to any of your veg, gives it a little bit of oomph. Right, and then this is my sandwich. So then I load it all in. Bosh, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Realistically, I should add a bit of lettuce to that, but the thought of going through the process of unwrapping it, washing it, chopping it up, you've lost me. It's too much. Ooh. I thought I'd briefly show you something that I do most weeks that brings me so much joy that like younger me would be like, that is so boring and not interesting. But it's buying a few different bouquets from Lidl. They're so cheap. I get 3 bouquets for like under £10 or just over £10, and then I put them all together, and there's something so comforting and satisfying about putting it together that it just makes me think, oh my god, anything's possible. It also just feels really cozy. Like, I can't explain it. I feel like, I always feel like being an adult I was like a phony, like it feels like someone's going to catch me out and be like, you're not being an adult properly. Whereas doing this, I feel a bit like my mum. Like, I feel like this is the kind of thing she'd do, like get some flowers and then make them all nice and put them in a vase, and I quite like that. It feels like so far I've like really like fought against being an adult. I'm like, no, that's scary, I can't handle it, I can't do it. Whereas like when I do little things like this, which are quite adult, I'm like, actually no, do you know what, I think I am ready to be an adult. Like, I think actually I could get into this. I think adult excitement is just so different to like your 20s excitement. Like, adult excitement is like, I don't know, a friend announcing that they're pregnant or they're getting married, or it's like going to Sainsbury's and them having like those cookies that everyone's trying, like they've got it in stock and you can have one, or like knowing that you've got a Saturday free and you can sit and watch the 1%. That is now what feels enjoyable and exciting. And at first it's a bit jarring because you're like, oh my god, is this it? But then eventually you're like, oh, this is nice, this is it. There's no like dramas. Everything's a little bit more slow paced and a bit more calm, and that probably is actually much more suited to me than what my 20s were like, which was all just like hectic. I feel like my 20s, it was like the excitement for things was like up here, but then like the things hitting the fan was like this. So life was like this, whereas now it's more like that. These are 2 bouquets that I've put together. So I've got all of these, and I've also got these roses as well. All of this, and there's some more down here as well, I got for like £10.20 or something. So now I just need to work out what's going in where. One thing Rory pointed this out when I was talking about this for my short form content. He was like,
you say you like doing this, but you leave them all in a vase for a week before you actually put them out.
and that is true. I'm not very good at getting the initial initiative to get them out of the thing. Like, these have all been sat in like a pint glass in their packet still for a while. But it's because I want to really enjoy it. Like, I don't want to do it like rushed. I want to like now it's a Saturday and I'm like, oh, I just sit here and prune my plants. I think it's what's nice is it feels quite arty too, and I'm trying to do more arty things because I like doing art. I'm trying to get my mum to do more arty things as well because she loves like art. But again, she was like, oh, just like life just kind of bogs you down, and then you're like, oh, I'm too tired to do any of that and do all that arty stuff. I think that's definitely also because there's so much comparison like ready for you to consume online. Like, it feels like everyone's doing something mega, so you're a bit like, oh shit, do I need to be doing something mega? But actually, when you're doing things that are mega, it's very rare that you get to enjoy them in that moment because it's quite hectic. Okay, so now these are my displays. This is all from £10.80 maybe worth of flowers. So I've got this one, these were like £2.90 or something. This little one, how pretty is that? And then this big one. Isn't that incredible? All of that, love it. That, like in London, that is basically, how much is a glass of wine? Like £7? That's basically the same as having a glass of wine and like a cookie. For these flowers that are going to bring me joy all week. That's well good. Look at this. This is when it's the big shebang. How gorgeous is that? This is my little spot where I write my like 3 pages every day. Every morning I light this little neon happy candle and write my pages. Now I've got some nice life to look at. This is just because I was proud of myself that I finished the whole thing of supplements. And then, doesn't that just look lovely? Look at all those. These are brilliant as well. I got these from Lego when I worked with them. They were really fun to put together, but also, don't they bring such lovely colours? But I think that is a brilliant present to get someone. Good morning. I thought today what I would do is show you my mildly insufferable morning routine. Now, did I think I'd ever be this person with a morning routine? No. But am I pleased that I am? Yes. So I thought I'd just go through things that I do so that I can have the best possible chance of not having a shit day. You know, I'm not asking for rainbows. I'm not asking to have the best day ever, because that's not going to happen. Well, it might do, who knows. What I am asking for is, I'm just putting my best foot forward. I'm trying to work out what I could compare this to. It's a bit like, right, say I haven't trained to run a marathon, but at least I've got the best shoes possible on. Like, it's unlikely I'm going to make it. It's unlikely it's going to go well. However, at least I gave myself a chance, you know? So, This is how it starts. First I need to shut the door because actually thinking about it, I'm going to be waking Rory up and he sleeps for longer than me. I think because he's taller. Does that make sense? Like maybe there's more recharge that needs to go on. But the first thing that I do is my affirmations. So I listen to a guided meditation. People keep saying to me that meditation and mindfulness is really going to help me. I can't bear the thought of doing it. So I pair it with something else which is also insufferable. This honestly must, I bet some of you think, Holly, you're actually taking the piss, but I'm genuinely not. I get my LED mask. And because I don't like waiting around for this to happen, this takes 8 minutes. I pair it with a meditation, which is around the same amount of time, and they're both ticked off. I listened to one the other day, and it was so, I think, good to start the day. I sent it to my mum. This is it. 5-minute guided meditation for positive energy. That's what we're after. Oh my God, shut up. Okay, I need to start. I don't know if this is embarrassing you watching me do it, but I think maybe this is a cringe that I'm going to have to just accept. I am cringe, but I am free. How cool is this? It's got a little like remote. Now the one that I do on this is the blemish one. I've done 41 sessions. How big time? Like I've actually stuck to it.
I want you just to pop your hands into your lap, put your palms facing upwards.
We're off. Now, wowzers. Next thing I do is I've been reading this book it's called like Living the Artist's Way. It's things to do or ways to live to be more creative. And that doesn't mean necessarily like, oh, you want to be a creator, you want to do like, I think it's just like thinking a bit more of how to make your life yours and live in a way that isn't like status quo, which I feel quite strongly about. So in that it says to write 3 pages. Why is affirmations giving me the hiccups? So that wasn't part of the peaceful morning guided meditation. So now what happens is I write down 3 pages of whatever is in my head. So it can be how I feel about the week, anything I'm worried about, anything I'm excited about, any ideas. You just write 3 pages. And when writing this, the idea is that you don't so we all have this thing in our brains called the inner censor. And it's something that stops us from like achieving the things we want to do or like going after things, because it's that bit of your brain that's like, no, we're not good enough to do that, or like, no, what if it doesn't work out, or like, oh, as if you guys do that. But that is just a voice in your head that it thinks is protecting you, but it's not. It's actually a little serpent snake stopping you from what you want to achieve. So then what I do is, the idea is you write all these thoughts out like before the serpent can get there, because the serpent's always about like what other people are going to think or what you're putting out in the world, whereas this is like, because you can write anything, nothing can be good, nothing can be bad, there's nothing to judge it on. So you kind of get thoughts out without that inner like critic. So it's a good writing practice, but it's also good to like get all those worries and thoughts out before you start the day, like rather than, I feel like I've got this pocket of worries always worrying in the back of my head. Whereas with this, I feel like they are out on paper, so sometimes I can then focus a bit better in the day. And look how nice and green these leaves look on this camera. This angle, the way I'm shooting it, this could be David Attenborough, do you think? Pretty cool. Anyway, I've written my pages. They're in here. Now it's 7:50 and I will go to the gym. My exercise routine is quite random. So I have 3 gym things that I do. I do chest and tries, back and bis, legs and abs. I just stole those from Rory. I copy what he does. I write in my notes like what I can lift, because you're meant to go up each week. This to me is really motivating to go because I like that I'm challenging, I'm going against myself. I say like what I can do. So I'll put in like the amount that I could lift, whatever. And then this week you go up a little bit more. So there's a bit of like maths in it, which makes it a bit more interesting. It's like repetitive, but it also doesn't make me like puff out and sweat. It's not burpees and things. I don't want anything that's going to make me feel stressed. I really enjoy that. And I do Zumba every Tuesday. I normally will go for a run at some point, and then I've paid to do a taster session for former Pilates. So I'm going to do that once a week for 4 weeks as well and see if I like it. But I try and mix it up. I also then sometimes do like an incline walk for 30 minutes. I don't even know if this is interesting to you, but I just thought sometimes it might be. Like, I think the fact, like, my Zumba, I am sweating afterwards. Like, I can't explain. It's such a good cardio workout and it's so fun as well. I normally do step on a Sunday as well. That's really fun cardio too, because the dancing means your brain's involved as well as your body. Okay, I've been to the gym. I nearly picked a fight, but then I thought, no. There was this man, he was going, and I felt like going, shut up. But then I thought, do you know what? He could literally pick me up with one little finger. And that's not me being like, oh, you can pick me up. Like, he was so big. I decided not to fight him. So that was good. Anyway, I've done that. Now I'm making my morning smoothie. You know, I was saying to Rory, I don't think I get enough protein in because I'm vegetarian and a fussy eater. So he was very sweet. He bought me some vegan protein. I'm too scared to put it in my smoothie in case it ruins it. Because this smoothie means, you know this now, this smoothie means so much to me. It's my favourite meal of the day. And I just think a spoonful of this could just poo it up. But I'm going to do it because Rory's bought it for me and that is very sweet. I haven't got anything.
Is there a scoop in there?
Oh, is there?
Why don't you just do like a tiny bit? I think you just need to slowly ease your way into it. Yeah, so don't take
It's
it.
so much.
Yeah, just do like a little bit. Come on, that's not even half a scoop. That's about half, isn't it?
Okay, this is what's going in. Please don't ruin my smoothie. Oh! I can already feel the gains. I have absolutely no idea what makes protein powder. Like, what is in that? How do you just get...
That one's pea protein.
And then what kind of pea? Like, just a pea. Why does a pea have so much protein? Please, I still want this to be nice.
It looks a bit thick. I think you need a bit more milk in there.
Oh, it's gone well thick. What is in that? Those beans are... The peas are pooing it up.
Oh no, is this your first and last protein shake?
I just think I need to wean myself in. God, this is heavy. If I like this could change everything. The problem is I can sense any sort of change to something that I like. Like, I will know if like one little thing is out of date or if like someone's added the wrong ratios.
I reckon we need to do a blind taste test. What?
I think protein powder is just so sweet.
I
it's so
think
artificial.
I think we need to do a blind taste test where you've got one with and one without.
I can't taste the peanut butter. I can't taste anything. It's almost like the protein powder has cut out any other flavours other than the protein powder. Anyway, that's my breakfast ruined. So that's the next step of the brilliant morning routine. This is a nice smoothie, but it's not my smoothie. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone gave me that somewhere, I'd be like, yeah, I like that, but it's not my smoothie. Where the morning routine gets a bit hairy, right? It gets a bit influencer because I can work from home. So this bit, I understand, comes with the privilege of being a nuisance to society. And that is, we get to this stage where I've decided to wash my hair because I can let it air dry throughout the day, and then I'm going to put it in those heatless things because then tomorrow when I've got to go to something, I'm going to look gorgeous. And then we go in the infamous mega drawer, and we do skincare. And what things, Holly, are you putting on your face at the minute? Well, let me show you. We're going to put on azelaic acid. I'm also trying to put SPF on every day because I'm trying to just sit here so we can see each other. I'm trying to put SPF on every day because my friend was like, it clears up your skin because it also blocks like the pollutants of the air or whatever. So whereas before I've been a bit like, oh, is it really necessary? Like, surely when it's cloudy it doesn't matter. But I will be going for a walk at lunch, so I'm like, okay, do you know what? Yeah, a little bit of eye cream. This must sound really silly, me showing you through every single step, but there's something about having a routine like this that really helps me. I think because it's so predictable and I know the steps and I know the order so I can stick to it. And also I know, oh my God, then I've got a Hydra barrier serum. Now I don't quite know what this does. I just know it makes my skin feel nice, but I see Natalie O'Neill talk about this, and obviously she knows everything skincare there is to know, and I've been using it and my skin has felt nice. So I'm gonna put that on for the rest of my life, not really knowing why, but just happy that I am. Do you know what I mean? I could add that to my Google list actually. I've created a new list where everything that I want to Google that I'm like, no Holly, we don't need to look that up right now because we're gonna lose focus, I add on there, so then when I am bored and I don't know what to do, I can then look up all the things that I've thought about. Okay, then we have SPF. excess on my hands. I don't really mind if it's rubbed in because no one's going to see it. And then my final step, I actually don't do this for me, I do this for Lenya, who does my lashes and my brows, because she says it bothers her when she sees my videos and she sees I haven't brushed my brows up. So Lenya, you're welcome. We just brush these bad boys up. Still got quite a lot of sun cream in, but I can't be asked to deal with that. And we're good to go. Now we can get on with the day. Sorry, it took a long time, didn't it, to get to the start? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know if you did, but I thought I'd try some short videos as well of just like little nuggets of things that I do to keep things going, because sometimes I find it easy just to have a reference point of other people, and all these things that I do are tried and tested and help me. So maybe even just a little bit of it will help you. Okay, right, I will see you next time. Love you, bye.